Unusual ways to stay warm. Topic inspired by an NFL team from the weekend. We'll get to that at 8:35. Wondered if you had the same takeaway I did watching the NFL weekend, specifically when it comes to Jared Goff. We'll get to that later in the hour as well. John, we're talking Pistons basketball.
It's a lot of fun to be able to talk Pistons basketball because they're winning with so many different individuals. Cade's down, they still win. Jalen Duren's down, they still win. Early on in the season, there was no Jaden Ivey. Now, he hasn't been some, key that unlocks things, but he is developing a good role.
Played 17 minutes, knocked down a couple shots.
Yeah, and so when you're looking at this team, they just, and even Cade, when he is healthy, has the awareness that my shot's not falling, so I'm going to distribute. I'm going to find Duncan Robinson, who hits 5 threes. He's 5 of 11, finally feels like on a good rhythm. I'm going to find guys, and I'm going to be the one that distributes the ball 14 times, and I'm not going to turn the ball over.
It's a big deal. Boston's a good defense. It's a spotlight performance. 0 turnovers, 14 assists, a night where your shot's not falling, but you're still giving everything you got on defense, and you're in complete control on the offense. Like, he got all the shots he wanted. They didn't fall, but he got all the shots he wanted. No, again, it's a standout performance. They did it the Knicks 2 weeks ago. They just did it to the Celtics. They continue to distance themselves from the field in the East and make a clear case that they are the best team and position themselves to make a run come postseason time. John, you also had this note about Cade Cunningham, named an all-star.
Yes, and obviously it happened yesterday afternoon, some point.
Yeah.
And he was the number 1 vote getter from the players.
Game recognizes game.
Yeah. And I think that's a huge component of this. We all talked about him being an all-star last year. Now he's going to be a starter this year. And I don't know what the fan voting was. I think the coaches the media, it was Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
The players, it was Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
So that's a huge signal that he is being recognized around the league, and we've heard it from former players.
Yeah. Think about this, too. When you get into a 7-game series, you got the best player in the East, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times you'll hear talking heads preview a series, and they'll go, well, it could be close, but Team A has the best player in the series. Mm-hmm. We're Team A.
Yeah.
We get to have the best player in the series, And as good as Jaylen Brown was yesterday, down the stretch of the fourth quarter, double-digit performance wasn't good enough.
And a guy that's doing it in so many different ways. And you hear the post-game audio, the post-game everything, and it was, hey, this team came to play. Mm-hmm. And it was Cade who, had the most minutes at 40 minutes, only with 16 points. And if you just look at that, you're like, oh, maybe he had an off night. But to have a guy that is the best player in the East, recognizing when he's not on, okay, I'm not just going to shoot to shoot. I'm not going to shoot to find my shot. I'll take what's there. I'll take some easy buckets, but I'm going to create easy buckets for everyone else. I think that is the biggest growth in Cade Cunningham's game, is being that guy that doesn't have to be the leading scorer every time. We want him to be the leading scorer. We want to see him be the stud that he is.
Yep.
But you could be that in so many different ways.
Pistons were on national TV last night. They made another one of their statements. Also on TV last night, Indiana, national champions. Think we'd see the day.
Never thought I'd see that day.
Isn't that incredible?
It is. And it's a coach that took the long route to get to a Power 5 school, coached at every single level, and has figured out the cheat code for modern-day college football. One, it's, hey, having a big donor and being able to pay some players, but it's having a more experienced team. Yeah, you may have a lot of guys from JMU and would sit there and say, well, hey, maybe they're not the 4 and 5-star recruits. Miami had those guys.
Right.
But Kirk Cignetti recruited those guys that are 23, 24 years old to say, hey, I value that experience in critical moments versus some of the hyper talent.
He's incredibly likable. He's intense, but if you've watched or listened to him speak, he doesn't expect his coaches to burn the midnight oil. He's had largely the same staff from small school all the way up to now national championship. He wants to do things the right way. When he talks about the portal, he goes, I don't really care about projection. I care about production.
Yeah.
And it shows in the type of people that he brought in from the Sun Belt. Like, think about this story that is Indiana, and I'm sure you guys already have, but The context of losing his program in college football history, hires 62-year-old, largely unproven coach at the completely unproven at the power level. He brings players from the Sun Belt. They go 16-0, and they're flipping champions, as Fernando Mendoza would say, literally flipping into the end zone with the play of the night. Like, the absurdity of the story. I think if you want to talk legacy, a lot of the shows today nationally are going to do, where does Indiana rank all time? Are they better than 2019 LSU? You can have those debates if you'd like. To me, their legacy is they kicked down the door. It's no longer about legacy brands. It's no longer about historical relevance. Anyone can win in college football. Their legacy is they knock down barriers.
Yeah, and I love, I'm sure you've seen the memes, I'm sure you've seen the posts of, the map that shows where the last 3 national champions came from. It's just Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana. No SEC team even participating in the national title game this year.
Yeah, on that map, I didn't see the Mason-Dixon line.
No, it was 3 in a row for the Big Ten.
We should have a monument like they have the 4 corners, but have just like the corner, the 3-way where we have like Michigan, Ohio State, and Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana. Like you can like put your feet and your hands in the same spot.
Same place.
By the way, can I do one more little thing how absurd this is? Florida State's only FBS win in 2024 was against the quarterback of the national champion in 2025.
So they beat
Mendoza,
Cal?
Yes.
Even his story. Miami didn't want him as a walk-on.
His dad and Mario Cristobal were high school teammates, and he didn't want that quarterback at all.
It's a pinch me moment, certainly for Indiana fans, but just college football fans, a pinch me moment. What is really happening tonight?
Another national champion from a quarterback from Christopher Columbus High School.
Who's the other one?
John?
I don't follow high schools.
It's Brian Greasy.
Oh.
Okay.
Brian Greasy went to Christopher Columbus High School in Miami.
Mendoza's about to join an elite group. They flashed a graphic. Guys who went undefeated, won the Heisman, and will go number 1 overall. Cam Newton, Jameis Winston, Joe Burrow, Fernando Mendoza. Let's get to Heather with the news.